Hey, I'm Toby Kvalevog with Leisure Outdoor Adventures. I'm a fishing guide up here in north central Minnesota, and I do a lot of bobber fishing. We do setups for different situations, different conditions. Here I have two different rods from Toby Genesis. I have the precision shooter and the sharpshooter, and as you can see on the business end, I have two different setups. This is your typical float system. We have a slip bobber with a barrel sinker swivel weight, but on the business end for the hooks, I have a plain hook on one, as you can clearly see, and a jig on the other. Now you can play around with different colors, but the tactics here are very, very important to understand. I use a weighted hook, a jig, from a 1/16 to an 1/8 ounce typically, depending on the conditions when there is some wind, and I'm fishing rocks, sand flats with wind, and that keeps that down there, and it keeps your line less likely to tangle, cast a little smoother in the wind, and the fish are not as spooky with wind. When we have a day like today, when it's flat, calm, pancaked, and the fish are a little spooky, it's time to go super finesse, and that's just a plain hook on a 6-pound leader. And that leech, which we're using with this tactic today, is able to swim perfectly on that plain hook with no current. It'll actually stay horizontal in the water and swim, just like when you're using a Lindy rig above the fish. So there's your little tip of the day. When you have wind conditions, go ahead and try a jig, smaller one, 1/8 ounce to 1/16 ounce, and or when it's flat, calm, and conditions are a little bit tougher, switch to a plain hook.